Hi, my brother and sister. My name is Alex Afshin. Today I will share my testimony and how God invites us to the kingdom, to Christianity. I was born in Iran and in a Muslim family, but not very strong or radical Muslim, just Muslim family. And as you know, because of the government, is the Islamic government, according to this, is it impossible someone in Iran thinking about change the religion or learn about another religion. So just need a really just need a miracle to someone become Christian. I have a two brother. The one older than me is Rami, and the youngest one is Farsi. That story is about 19-20 years ago when my old brother was 18 years old, and he learned from some bad friends in the high school using the drug, and he had that problem for almost 1 year. And in 1 year my parents and my uncles, all the family, tried to help my brother and take him from the using the drug, but unfortunately after 1 or 2 months again he back and using the drug. And the problem of my brother also make a lot of problem between my parents, and I can remember my parents a lot of times they had a fighting because of the my brother, and my brother became really the big shame to my parents, even to my family, because he was the only one using the drug in the older family. So one night we had the dinner party with some old neighbor and some family member. And in that party we had the one old neighbor. His name was Hamed, and Hamed just back from the Malaysia that time. He had a two Persian restaurant, and he talked in the dinner time to my brother, oh, I needed someone can speak English and can trust him for running my restaurant. And my brother decided go to Malaysia and have a new life, and my parents also had no idea about the Malaysia. It's maybe about 20 years ago, and you know that time was only normal call, no internet, no Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Finally, Rami went to Malaysia, and we were happy, like we had a peaceful in our family. No more fighting between my parents, and maybe my parents also thought, oh, Rami can have a new life in Malaysia. In Malaysia, after 2-3 months, we had no any news or call from Ramin, and my father called the Hamid, the owner of the restaurant, and asking about Ramin, and Hamid said, oh, I have no news about Ramin. So we had no news about Ramin almost for 2.5 years, and after 2.5 years, one day Ramin called and talked to my parents and I, and he shared about that the Jesus Christ gave me the new life. I don't want to mention about that story because it's very long story, and I just want to share my testimony how become Christadelphian in a couple of minutes. So my brother said that to my parents. My parents, especially my father, was not really happy. It was like it was better Ramin die, but not calling me and say, Jesus Christ, give me the new life. And Ramin was very respectful on the phone. And we had that contact conversation for 1 year. And after 1 year, my brother invited my mom to Malaysia for 2 weeks. And we bring my mom to the airport, and she went to Malaysia, and 2 weeks we were waiting, just my mom coming back and hear from my mom about Rami. And after 2 weeks, when my mom coming back, she was very happy, and she said, oh, it's the different Rami, it's the new Rami, our Rami is die. You know, like the Jesus Christ talk about the new life with the Nicodemus. It was similar things. My mom say Ramin, our Ramin is die and is the new Rami. And actually that time also in 2 weeks when my mom was in Malaysia. She got baptized, but she was scared to share with my father. And after 1 year, my dad also went to Malaysia with my mom, and same story happened. And my dad also got baptized. It was just because of the miracle happened to my old brother, and he totally changed and become the new Rami, different with the Ramin who left the Iran. And I was very excited to know about that, what happened to my parents or my Ramin, and who is the God, because the God in the Islam is different, the character with the God we know in the Christianity. And I was very excited to know about that because my brother also sometimes called me and talk about that. So I went to Malaysia, I went to Iraq 2 times, to Kurdistan of Iraq. I went to Turkey I went to the Persian church and meet the Iranian Persian Christian, and to learn more and asking more about Jesus Christ, about the Christianity, because we never hear about the Christianity in Iran. As I told you, the government is Islamic government. In the school, we had just reading the Quran and learn about Islam. So I went to all of that country, and I tried to through them find some Bible study group or some people inside the Iran, but unfortunately they didn't trust me and they didn't give me any contact from inside the Iran. Until one day we had a neighbor, and we realized that one also is a beautiful story. It's a long story. Just I want to say, we realized our neighbor, his son is Christian. He become a Christian, and the parents also is not happy with that. He was like 45 years old, and his name was Ismail. And I went to all that country to find some Christian group or like Bible study inside the Iran and contact them. But like in the Bible, Jesus say, I'm behind the door and knock the door, and you just open the door for me. And the son of our neighbor he became Christian, and throughout the Ismail, I find some Bible study group, and we had every week Bible study. And unfortunately, when I find them and become friends with them and join them, it was already from maybe long time. That Bible study group all was under monitoring of the government, the Islamic police in Iran, to find all the member, all the leader, and everything, all the location of the Bible study group. So one day the Ismail's mom called me and said they arrested Ismail, and only that was enough for me, what happened to Ismail and what's the story. So finally, I decided run away from the Iran just because of my faith. I didn't do anything wrong in my country, just because of my faith. I went to Thailand, and in Thailand we realized it's not safe. So from Thailand I went to Jakarta, and I was very sad and deep depressed because I was alone and couldn't speak English and Bahasa Indonesia. I was in Indonesia, and after registering UNHCR and accept me as a refugee, I tried go to US, and my brother be my sponsor, because Ramin, my old brother, is almost 15 years living in US. And I thought, oh, my brother can be my sponsor and bring me to the US. So I was in the process almost for 8 months. But that time, the Donald Trump was the president of US in 2017, November 2017. I went to Jakarta, Indonesia, and after 8 months, the Donald Trump gave the new rule and say the citizen of the 7 country cannot come to US. And the first country was Iran. And my brother in 8 months, 3 times, he came to Jakarta to help me and do something, do something with my process to going to the US. But unfortunately, they closed my file without any reason. They say just it's the new rule and your brother came with the Iranian passport and we cannot do anything for him. So I was very deep depressed and sad, and it was like lost all my hope. And I changed my apartment to the new apartment, and in the new apartment, by chance, an accident, I meet some local people and they invite me to the local church. And I said, okay, I can go to that local church, at least have some local friends. If some days something happened to me or I was sick, they can help me or look after me, because I had that belief the church is like, how to say, it's like my home, and the people of there is like my brother and sister. And I went there and I become friends and start learning Bahasa Indonesia with them. Today, thank God, I can speak Bahasa Indonesia fluently. So after maybe a couple of months, the one guy same age with me, his name is Hemi, say, brother, are you from Persia or Iran? I say, I'm from Persia. Say, oh, I have one friend, actually I shared all your testimony, your story, what happened to you and your family and why you are in here. And he's very excited to meet you, and he read about Persia a lot in the Bible, but he never met the Persian people. Say, okay, I can go with you and visit your friends. And one day we went to visit his friend, the friend of Hemi. And when we went there, the one man opened the door. He was the David Budiman from Shaftesbury Road, the Ecclesia Shaftesbury Road in Sydney. And I met the David Budiman for first time there, and I start learning Bible with David Budiman, and it was amazing. He's really amazing, man. Very came from Australia, and you can meet them. And I went to Solo, and for first time in Solo, I met brother Ken Pooley and sister Gillian Pooley from Shaftesbury Road in Sydney. And it was a beautiful time, very nice. And I got baptized in Solo, and they came, actually, brother Ken and sister Gillian, they came a couple of times to Indonesia and visit me. And we went to Solo also, in Ecclesia in Solo. We have a lot of beautiful brother and sister in Ecclesia in Solo. And I miss them really. I wish one day I can back there and meet all of them. Still, I have a contact with some of them. So my life was really different when I find David Budiman, when I find Ken and Gillian. It was really different. You know, I was in Jakarta as a refugee, and they were in Sydney in Australia, 1,000 kilometers far from me. But always I feel I have someone really beside me to help me, to support me. I received a lot of love from the Ecclesia in Shaftesbury Road, and also from ACBM. It was a big hope for me to have a brother and sister in my faith in Jesus Christ. And every day that helped me to grow up in my faith. But I had also the period time of the process of my visa, because brother Gary Haimash found this visa, the TBB, talent behind the board. It was the new category of visa for the refugee who can speak English and has a skill and as an employer. So the ACBM and our brother and sister in Ecclesia in Sydney, in Australia, they helped me a lot with the process until coming to Australia. And today is already 9 months I am in Australia, because I came to Australia in December 2023. And for me, Australia is like the promised land. I feel free, I have a freedom. I know I am far from my parents, I know I'm from my brother, but in here I have 100 brother and sister. I love them because always I received a lot of love from them. You know, today I think when I got a reject of my visa from the embassy of US 3 times, it was not the embassy of US, it was the God's plan to push me go to the local church, and from that local church meet the David Budiman. It was a miracle also for me meet the David Budiman. You know, the population of Jakarta is 12 millions, and among the 12 millions, the God just bring me directly to David Budiman. Yeah, and I'm working in Australia, and I'm so happy I can have a future and also grow up in my faith. I'm going every Sunday to the church, to the ecclesia, and actually I was in Wollongong. I went to the ecclesia in Wollongong, and now we start the new project in the entrance, which is near to the Newcastle, before Newcastle, and go to the Gosford ecclesia, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy, and I want to say in the end of the sharing my testimony, thank you so much to all of you. You know that Jesus Christ give the new life to the people, and all of you gave to me and other refugee the new life, to have a chance to have another new start, another new life. You guys did exactly what the Jesus did. The Jesus Christ give the new life to people, and you guys, you, my brother and sister in the Jesus, give the new life to me. Thank you so much. God bless you.